Morning. Is there a specific color of spray? So I have quite a few. Let's see. Hang on, I got to take one out here. I have Salty Sea. This is Ruby Red, Party Peach, Purple Petunia, Purple Pansy. This is the Charming Chartreuse, Mermaid Melody. This is actually just water. That was one of the Pumpkin Patch, Goblin Green, Sparkling Sapphire. This should be the Stormy Sky. Is there a color that you want? I can make one. And then I thought, so on one of the February card release, I used the new ink. Oh, good, Sheila. I'm glad you got your card. I used the February ink, so I can't show you that. And I used some Nuvo shimmer powder. So most of the time, purple. Okay. You want me to make a purple, Sabrina? You want me to make the Whimsical Wisteria? We'll do that. And instead of using water to activate the Nuvo shimmer powders, I use the Kraftin Kimmie sprays. So I thought we'd start the morning off doing that. And as a reminder, Wisteria. Okay. I will grab the re-inker for that. Should be this one. Okay. So what I do, I actually have distilled water. I just got this on Amazon so that I can just grab it, put some water in. These are 2-ounce sprays. Let's make sure you can see it. And then this is the Wisteria. So I give a good hearty spray. And then use beads or anything. I actually found these in like the nail polish. There was 100 of them for $5. So I just bought some to give them a try. But beads, anything that you can throw in there, because you want it to shake up that ink. All right. I'm trying to get the comments up on my iPad. You know, they used to come up, oh, there they are, so nicely. And then, you know, Amazon had to change it. You know, it's funny, in my light, it looks blue. Or at least on my iPad. Then before I spray it on my project, I kind of spray some on a piece of paper and say, you know, is that a good amount? Do we like that? Do we want to see it darker? You guys like that color? All right. I think that for what we're going to do, I think that's a pretty color. So when you work with these Nuvo sprays, you can do it either on dry paper and then add the liquid, or on wet paper and then, you know, add more liquid. So we'll do it both ways. I got this bottle, this one, Sharon. I got this on Amazon. And it's perfect. I have one with regular water And then I have one with distilled water. That way I can just grab it easily, add, water to make sprays. Or if I'm, spraying regular water, I have one filled with just regular tap water. So I pulled out, I don't know, I always think that blues, greens, and purples look really nice together. So most of these colors I got from Kimmie's Shop the Box. This is Atlantis Burst. So this little piece kind of shows you that there's some yellow and blues in it. So we'll use this one. I have the blue Blitz. This one, this violet has some blues and purples. So even though we're going to spray with purple, we're going to look at this one. And then I have some other colors, like if we want to add to it. So first I'm going to I just kind of tap it. Hopefully you can see in the video. Let me zoom a little more. Well, maybe. All right, yeah, you can see it. All right, and then we'll do some blue. And then we'll add some of that violet. And it doesn't look like anything until you add the water. So then you can see how those colors start to move. But instead of a white background, we've made it purple. You can always take your water bottle and spray it over the top and have, those colors can really move. And I'm using watercolor for this. You can add more of the Kimmie sprays, darken that up. You can come in and say, you know what, I want some more green. Maybe I want a little more blue. Again, we can add the Kimmie spray that we just made. Instead of having a white background, now we have that purple background. Again, I can even pick up this ink that's here on my mat. If you're like, ooh, we lost some of that. Again, the nice thing is you just can keep layering. And then we can add some more just regular water. And then again, we can let it move around. Okay, I kind of like the way that looks. So we'll just sop this up with a piece of paper. And then we'll just clean this up. So this can dry on its own. I moved it. If you want that ink down in a corner, right? Like we can just, you can also take a heat gun, right? Stop the movement. And then you can set it aside or you can completely dry it. So now, hey babe, our little puppy just came to say hi. She says, I want to eat that, Mama. So I don't know if you can see the shimmer on this. Maybe these dark spots of purple. Can you see? So they really have a nice shimmer to them. Yeah, Teresa, it's powder. It's the Nuvo Shimmer Powders. Yeah, you can soak up the extras on the mat with this was just a throwaway piece of paper. But again, there's nothing wrong with that, right? It has some very pretty colors to it. I don't know why my comments keep disappearing. Now, you can stop with it like this. This is a beautiful background. Or, once it dries, you can take stencils, right? Yeah, the throwaway you could use for a background too. That's what I love about just, playing with the inks is that, even the throwaways would look great on the back of a card. And you can leave this. You can use this as a starry sky, as a night sky. Or you can take your stencils, and you'll see this on a February card. I took the Bow Bunny Sugar, or I can use the Tonic has a Moonstone that is just white, and I put it through a stencil over the top of the background. You could do another color. Of paste or something over the top, but you don't have to. Or you can leave it like this. We'll set this aside, and now I'll show you one. We'll use just water so you can see the difference. We'll use the same colors of powder. And this time I'll wet it first versus dry. So then when the powder hits, you can really see because it starts to react with the water. And I like the powders that have all the different pigments in it. So you can see the blue and the yellow here. This violet one is like that too. I don't know, I just like you get a lot of bang for your buck on those because you have a lot of pigments. Okay, it's starting to dry out. You can tell it's not reacting as much. But all you have to do is add water. We want some blue in there. Maybe we want some more green. A little bit of water. We'll add some more violet over here. So you can see, add some more water. All right, I'll soak this one up with a piece of paper. This one's going to be blue, but it's all right. The nice things, too, about the powders is, like, after it dries, if you're like, oh, it lost some color, so like this. Just spray some water on it, and we could add some more powders right over the top. So you can just keep working on it. You don't have to, be like, ooh, it didn't come out. Just add some more. Yeah, it could be an ocean, right? Add some more colors. And then, keep adding. And if you're like, ooh, I want some yellow, like we have, you know, we can add some other colors to it. And you could put less water, more water. I like it to be a little bit mixed because, you know, that's how I am. But you don't have to do it any particular way. We can even let some of that water drop off and then set it aside to dry. You can sop it up with, you know, regular cardstock or watercolor cardstock. I tend to use watercolor cardstock when I play with these, but that's only because I want it to hold up to all the water that I'm putting down. This is just a cheap piece of white cardstock. And that's because I want to get most of this up off my station here. Then we'll wipe it, and I'll show you the difference between these two. Let me set these aside. Okay, so what's the difference? Let me get rid of re-inkers for a minute. So this is the one where we use just water. And this is the one that we used a Kimmie spray. So you can see this one has the white versus this one has the blue background, because the bluish purple, because we used wisteria to spray the background. So as far as the powders, I think they're open stock and all sold individually so that you can pick and choose the colors. But I don't know, Kim, does Nuvo sell them in any kind of a set? I'm going to set this back here. I've only bought mine as little open stock. We'll do one more. Let's get rid of the blue. There's this little pretty gray. We'll grab it and we'll add this red, because if you know me, red is my favorite color. I like to use red on lots of things. We'll add some of the violet. This one we're doing dry again. And then we'll add some of this Lunar Rocket. Maybe a little bit of this Atlantis. And then we'll add some water. So with just one layer, this would be a cool background. But I really like to add more layers. So then I'll come in, add some more, maybe a little more of this grayish. A little more purple, and then some green across here. Then we'll add more water. And then we'll set that up there. And pick this up. If you look at that and you're like, I don't know that I really like it, spray a little more water and then add whatever color you think you want. Add a little more water. If it's too much pooling, you can always, blot some of that off. This is the lunar rocket. And it gives a really nice shimmer. I don't know if you can see that. So just a fun background. You can really see that shimmer in this throwaway piece. You can see that gray with that shimmer and then that purple. Okay, let me move these over here, clean this up. Yeah, I think it's perfect for a space background. There's a couple of sets that would look really cute, right? With the outer space, the little space dog, and then you can just, put that on the background. And it doesn't take very long, and it has a really cool background. Let me clean this up, and we will use some stencils here. Get all this ink up. Is there any particular stencil you want to see? So we can just play with a stencil. Here's trippy triangles. We can take a piece of paper. Take our trippy triangles. My make art station is well loved. I do work right on the surface, which, it's not made necessarily to stay wet, but it's all right. That's how I use it. All right, we're going to take our whimsical wisteria. Now, we could just leave it like this, a few sprays. And like that, you have a really light, beautiful background. All we did was take the sprays, sprayed it right through our background. You can go in. Now, we could just flip it over. Let that ink soak in that you have on the top of your stencil. And give the opposite effect. And if you're like, oh, I don't like all that white, That's fine. You can do a light spray over the top. And you're still going to have that stencil showing through. Again, taking the inks that you already have and then, you know, making another medium out of it. What happens if you want to use the ink and the spray together? We can do that too. So we'll grab a brush. We'll grab our whimsical wisteria. We'll come in. We'll add some ink real quick. Where'd the comments go? Okay. Yeah, reverse stencil is so fun, so easy, and a great way to get, you know, double the life out of the stencils that you already have and love, because now you get to use the reverse. Okay. So we added some ink, right? Straight from the pad. And then which is beautiful, right? But what if I don't like all that white and I just want to add, I want to make it like tone on tone. And I can even put more. I left the top white so you can see the difference. So now we have this tone on tone stencil versus how it would look with the white. What makes Kimmie's hybrid inks so amazing? Well, besides that they're vivid and they're beautiful, is you can do just that. That ink that you put down is not going to react with the re-inker or water or whatever you put over the top. It's going to stay. So you can do different tone on tones. We could spray a different purple or a green or anything we wanted over the top, and it's not going to blend together like and become mush or brown, or it's going to keep its color. And then, you know, we have a cool looking, you know, background. So, right, those were the three we just did without 5-10 minutes. All right. What else do you guys want to see? Anything? You want sprays? You want Nouveau Mousse? We can do some mousse and spray over the top as well. Let's see. What do we want to go with the purple? Here's a pretty green. We'll use it. All right, this is, what is the citrus green? And I think I just used this. So we'll put this through the stencil. Ooh, my camera wants to fall. is its problem? Hang on. There we go. I must have it tilted too far down this morning. That's all right. Add a little more and then we'll spray because okay. Yes, it's drunk. I don't know what its problem is this morning, but it's drunk. All right, so there we have, which is very pretty by itself. But again, it's that white background. Maybe I don't want white. Now, how cool is that? Now it's just like peeking out. Much more subtle. But that green almost looks gold. I don't know if you can see all that shimmer to it. Let me clean this real quick. Don't be afraid to mix your products. You don't have to just use them for one thing. You could layer them on top of each other and get some beautiful results. Yes, I'll use the Stormy Sky and make some texture paste. Absolutely. Wait, what did someone say? Yeah, they don't get muddy when they are mixed, and I love that because I love being able to layer different colors and just be able to play with them and have all of those different products that we all have in our craft room. And some of us might have more than others because we collect them. All right, let me get my re-inkers down. And I love my re-inkers. I use them for all kinds of things. Let's see where Stormy Sky is. I actually have this, it's a nail polish holder on a Lazy Susan, and then you can just spin it around so that all of my re-inkers are close at hand, and I can find them when I want them. Okay. Here's some texture. Let me see which one of these is open. This one. Here's some texture paste. So this is just the Ranger texture paste. And we will... Why am I keep getting off center here? Again, my station is drunk. It must be. So I just pull some out and put it on my station. And then... what I do, I like my texture paste to be a little streaky. You don't have to do that. It's just how and you mix it. So I'm going to take Stormy Sky And I'm going to drop just a couple, 2.5 drops there. Because it's really dark, right? Lighter colors, I add more. And then we're going to mix it. But I'm just going to do a rough mix. I don't want it all mixed together. And then I'm going to pull that over. Because it's also going to mix as you pull it through. Let's get it over those spots. What I'll do down in this corner is I'll just kind of blend it so you can really see the difference. If we just blend it. Okay. Now, if I pull this off, you can see, and I'll lift it up here. You can see all of these pieces here that you have both light and dark. Now down in this corner, it's one solid color because that's how I mixed it. So it's whatever look you're going for. I like where it's not really mixed well. I just really like the way that comes out through the stencil. Like it just gives it a lot of texture. But if you don't like that, if your brain is like, ooh, that doesn't look like it's done right, then mix it. That's what's great. You can do it however you want your project to be. It doesn't have to be the way I would do it or the way someone else would do it. It's yours. Do it how you want to do it. And it's not that I don't ever always mix it. Sometimes that's the look I want. But more often than not, I do like a little rough mix so that not only do you get the stencil, you get that texture from it not being mixed all the way. And I really like that. Ooh. Yeah, doesn't it? Looks like storm clouds. What else do you guys want to see? Something in particular? I mean, I could play all day, but I want you guys to see what you want to see. Where are my comments? Why do they keep disappearing? Yeah. Yeah, don't hoard your goodies. Use them. Use the things that you have. While you guys are thinking about what you want to do, let's look at what we've done. So we just made this background. We made this background. We made this one, and we did the white versus spraying it. We did these two. Then we made these. This is our throwaway piece, don't forget. So this is our garbage. I think it looks cool, though. There's this one. And then there's these. So very, very different. Like we've only been doing this for 40 minutes. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 backgrounds. And they're all very different. But use your goodies. I'm trying to think what else I have here that you maybe haven't seen. I know the shimmer sprays. You can paint with the shimmer spray, the shimmer powders too. I am not a watercolor artist, but let me show you. If you like to do that kind of thing, let me see. Here, we'll do something. And maybe you don't want to do your whole project with it because you don't want the whole thing to be shimmery, but you could really add an accent to something. So this is Kick-Assy Birthday. And we're just going to stamp a balloon with Wicked Black. All right. And then I'll show you. Again, use the supplies that you have. Don't hoard them. Use them. So we will put a little bit of water over here on my station. And I'm going to add some powder to it. And we'll grab a toothbrush. And what you kind of want to do is make like a little paste. Let me get a... Oh, I forgot these two backgrounds. We have 11, 12. All right, so I don't know if you can see this. We made like a little paste here. And then you could just paint. And then if you, want it to then go out lighter, add some water. Get some of that paint off. Right? And then we can still add our shading. And then again, right, we can get some of that off. And now you've painted with that. How I've seen so you don't have to waste your powders, and you can get the little half pans that you would put your watercolor tubes in, and you can add some spray and then add some drops of water, and then that way they will dry and you can keep using them. But this was just real quick, but you can see that there's some, well, maybe hopefully you could see, there's some shimmer to that. So again, using what you have. Why are you crying? Using what you have and doing different things with it. We'll take one of these that we did and we'll put some stencil over the top. So you can see how that looks. All right, let's take... We'll take this one. Let me dry it just oh, it's pretty good. All right, so this is one of the little backgrounds that we made. We'll take our trippy triangles, since that's what we've been using today. And it's so much fun. I love this stencil. And we will grab the sugar paste. Oh, this one's not open. Hang on. We'll grab the Nuvo one because it's open. And you're still cutting masks, Sabrina? Well, I'm just playing. I'm not. You're gonna do like a technique, and I'm just having fun. All right, so we have some of this. We're gonna put it through. Okay. Hi, babe. You want to say hi? She's like, nope. Ziva says hi, but she won't tell you on camera. Now she's like, I'm out. If you're going to put me on camera, I'm out. All right. So now you see how cool this looks? And because it's the clear, you can still see all of that color behind it. But yet you have this raised texture on your shimmer spray panel that we made. So it gives another dimension. Let me clean this off. And then, right, all you have to do is layer that, you know, put your focal image on it, whatever. Maybe it's your little happy hedgehogs. They would look adorable. Let's clean this up. All right. See, I make a mess. It's kind of what I do. I really like the using the sprays to create the background and then using either the Nouveau Moonstone or the Bow Bunny Sugar to create the background. You can do it with any of the colors. I just like, because it's clear, that you see the color come through. I just think that's kind of a cool look. But if you want your stencil to be more prominent, use a color. Or if you buy the clear, you can dye it. Have you ever dyed your paste? What color do you want to dye it? Of the Kraftin Kimmie colors, we'll do it. Just like we'll take some of this. Any suggestions? We'll use Whimsical Wisteria again. That's our color of, that's sweet petunia. Petunia. Wrong purple. This should be Whimsical Wisteria. Okay. And we'll add some to our paste. And now we have Whimsical Wisteria glitter paste. You don't need to buy all the colors that exist, though they're fun. You could just dye using the reinkers that you have. there you go. Now you've hand created the color that you wanted. What do you think? Oh, you just sold out of the whimsical wisteria. Oh no. All right, so you'll have to use a different re-inker. But it's all about the technique. Again, because the hybrid inks will blend and react in all of these things. They're stable though. Our color of our sprays, the color of the paste, it's as vivid as the ink pad. You can't do that with water-based re-inkers. You add water, they get lighter, they react, they move. So we can do a lot of fun things with these that you can't do because of the fact that they stay true. Not to mention you can rate stamp in any of the colors and color and not have to worry about that reacting with your pencils or your alcohol-based markers or watercolors or anything. Thank you, Sabrina. So we'll just look at everything we made here. And then my challenge to you on this crafty weekend is to create a background, any background, and then use it on your card. Okay, so we have the whimsical wisteria that we made out of the clear paste. We made this background, and then we put the clear paste over the top. We used Stormy Sky, and we made this background. This, we just soaked up the ink on our page, but that would be a fun background. And you could add to it if you're like it's a little too plain. Here's another one. We have this one, these two, this one, and the throwaway mop up, and the first two that we started with. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. 13 backgrounds we made. And they're all very different. Oops. This is the one that we use the spray, right? And you can really see that metallic-y shimmer in that, which is super fun when it dries. All right, if you don't have any other suggestions, something you want to see, then the challenge is to create an inky background and then use it on your card. Use all of it, use a piece of it. Remember, you don't have to do it for the whole background if you want a strip of it. I'll show you what I did. This was the Inspirational Wednesday. And in the photo, I don't think you could tell, but this is raised. So I took Creamy Caramel and Marvelous Mocha, put it in texture paste, did a rough blend, So you can see the lighter pieces and the darker pieces, and then put it through the wood grain stencil. And then I just used a strip of it on the card. But it has a lot of texture because it's that raised surface. So you don't have to use it for your whole background if you don't want to. You could just use a piece of it. You guys are welcome. I hope you had a good Inky time this morning. And thanks for spending this time with me. Have a great Saturday. Bye.